What's your joke, Ivan? Tell me.
Okay. What's a tomato with a cape?
I don't know.
Super tomato. What's a lemon with a cape?
Super lemon?
No, it's a lemon dressed as super tomato.
Oh no, that's terrible. That's good, but terrible, all at the same time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Oh, was that the end of the joke?
Good everything to all of you. Yes, that's the, that's the end of the joke.
I was hoping there was more, but anyway.
No, that's it.
Welcome to episode 11 of JTOG, JT and that other guy. I am, of course, JT, and of course, we have...
I am the other guy.
The other guy, Ivan Miranda. And we have a fairly active chat, I see, which is good.
Lots of people. Hi, everyone.
All right, we'll do the list in a second. First things first, what's my audio like, please, compared to Ivan? Because I've got the headphones that I finally plugged in and got configured.
I can hear you just fine. Let's see. Teresa says mubbly.
I don't know what mubbly is. Even I'm from the same region as her, and I have no idea.
Well, says you're a
mumble louder.
Mumble.
Oh, JT is muffly. That's what I thought, and that's what I tweeted out. That in OBS, the headphone is nowhere near as loud, or the microphone pickup is nowhere near as loud as Skype, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, there is your headphones have two ways of connecting to the computer, as a high quality audio interface, 44 kilohertz and all that stuff, or as a phone hands-free interface, which is only 8 kilohertz. So depending which kind of audio you are plugging into OBS, you might be using only the 8 kilohertz interface.
No wires.
Yeah, but no.
Okay.
I'm saying in the settings on I don't know if it is going to be in the preferences on Mac or in the OBS settings. You will have two audio interfaces. For the input, yes.
Oh, there's Bluetooth. There's bugger all. I can crank that up maybe.
Yeah, but still you sound like you were inside of a barrel using a mobile phone from the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like a walkie-talkie. It's low quality audio. Maybe in the OBS audio settings.
Yeah, if I go to advanced audio properties.
Live fiddling, everyone.
Down
yes.
mono.
No. There is nothing there.
Nothing there, exactly. I did have a look previously. Let me switch headphones.
I guess so.
It's all right. I'll switch headphones.
Live switching of headphones in JTOG. Woo! Something broke in the process.
Properties. Hold on.
And now we can hear lots of background noise.
Can anybody hear me now? That's the key.
Yes, I can hear you.
Logitech output. Logitech.
Sonic Alchemy says that you have to switch the source on OBS.
Yeah. Already done.
Much better now.
Yeah, already done on OBS. I knew to do it. Now I've got to drop my volume. Sorry, guys. That was, almost worth it. Sexy new Rode mic. Sexy new Rode mic. Still there. At least I got the headphones not going.
You will do it.
Yeah. Well, the mic will work well with the headphones. That's fine. Time
yes,
is short.
I'm doing that. I'm using this for audio, and I'm using this for mic.
Yeah,
and I have this one plugged wirelessly through a very old USB sound card.
Okay.
This has to be like 12 years old, 15.
Okay, it still works.
Yes.
USB 2 then.
I guess so. I have no idea. Do you want to see it? I might be able.
Yep, it's a little black box.
No, that's the USB hub.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That gray thing in there.
Okay, gotcha. Good. Well, let's say welcome. Welcome to Wellbot, whose birthday it was yesterday. Happy birthday, Wellbot, for yesterday.
Happy birthday! I just saw that on Twitter.
What, you mean you do your day job and you don't check Twitter? What's wrong with you, man?
Bye.
You do your day job and you're focused on your day job. You don't get distracted by Twitter. That's terrible.
I only do my day job for 2 hours now a day.
Ah, okay. Well, that's news to me.
No, but I'm kind of on a paternity leave because until 3 or 4 a.m. every night I'm on daddy duty. So if I go to work at 8 a.m., I will be
no good to anybody.
No, they don't want me there at those hours without sleeping.
Okay, fair enough. So Wellbot, we've got Maya Makes, welcome. Teresa, James, Sonic Alchemy. Spike is here. What You Making is here. Another Aussie. Well, in Australia.
I'm going to be the most famous podcaster in Australia. Without being Australian, because you are.
Oh, okay. Good.
For you.
Oh, I wouldn't call me famous, that's for sure. You're welcome, Wellbot. Who else have we got? Spike. Hey, Spike. Mickey Apa. John Mack is here. Wow.
Is Thierry Dukes here?
No.
No,
Ian.
Then we cannot start.
IR Blinks or Thierry?
Thierry. I said on Twitter that I was going to wait for him.
Okay, fair enough.
Did I? I did. Did I send
Spike's clearly on drugs. One of us might be massively famous. The other one's me. Jeff Slater, photographer, welcome.
I can go through the street without. Nobody stops me.
Oh yeah, I know. But in Spain, yeah.
Yeah.
Brian's doing the kiddo run to school. Brian Vines. As you can tell, I've had a fairly slack day. I've got the Ivan wannabe beard going on.
Yay!
I had no meetings, no teleconference, no nothing today. So this is still left over. This is still left over from Friday.
Are you getting ready for November?
Nah.
Nah.
Nah, I don't care.
I could like.
Yeah, you goatee. Your goatee.
Yes.
What's news? What has been
happening? Can I start showing stuff that you have nothing ready for?
Sure.
Yeah. Some of you might have seen.
Oh yes, the globe.
Yes. I had another one like this, this morning, which is still. I've set the extruder to max temp to see if it falls down by itself, which still hasn't. It still is there. And the thing is that I'm trying to print with PETG my CR10. I don't have my CR10 mini. My CR10s, the other ones, the big ones, I have no problems printing with PETG, but that particular one has some kind of issue that I cannot know what it is. That makes this is beautiful. Look at this.
Modern art.
Yes, and it's full of the dust that was already inside of the fan and everything with it. Look at this.
Very nice.
Now, yes. And something arrived in the mail this morning.
Okay. Is it blue?
Is it blue? Yes, it is. I will try not to show my address to everyone.
Is it half as long as you thought it was?
Yes.
There we have some cap tubes. 8 meters of cap tubes. And
yes, I will have a very hard time trying to just justify why I did spend so much time on some tubes.
Yes.
So much money. Sorry.
Yes.
But
so you got the cutters and you got the couplers.
Yes, everything.
Yeah.
I didn't want to blame the things that I didn't buy if this wasn't worth it.
I did exactly the same. I bought the tubes, I bought the couplers, I bought the the cutter, everything.
Everything.
Because shipping costs so much, this is the problem. You buy and then you go, oh shit, shipping is going to cost a lot, so I better buy more.
I didn't pay anything on customs.
Okay. When I say a lot, it wasn't a lot from cap tubes because it's not a kilogram.
No, it's not a lot.
It's not a kilogram of filament.
But they say it was merchandise, so I weren't going to pay anything on customs.
Okay.
So, good for them.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Well, we look forward to your results. Now, after the show last week, you actually tried briefly. I'm sure you've not tried further, but you tried to print with a 1mm nozzle.
Yes, give me a sec. I will go off camera to blow my nose periodically because it seems that I have a cold again.
Oh, okay, cool. No problems. Well, something arrived in the mail for me. I was lucky enough.
Which is?
Can you guess what that is? This will give a clue.
That seems to be plugged into a Raspberry Pi. I was going to say that seems... That's a Raspberry Pi Zero.
Correct.
With a case. And okay. Are you going to try with Octopi?
With a case. I already have Octopi running on Pi 3. HDMI connector, pins, pinouts, headers,
okay.
Header pins. I'm assuming there's camera somewhere attached.
Okay, you are going to try to do Octolabs.
No, I won this in a competition. I am going to try Octolabs, but I won this as a patron of another person. Because I do about, I don't know, 11 or 12 patrons. And I happened to win the Raspberry Pi Zero, camera,
wow.
SD card, adapters, power, no power brick, but that's by the by. So yeah, I will set up another one, but I think I have 3 Raspberry Pis around and cameras. One of the other things that I'd like to do because of the construction that's going on next door, they demolished a 4-story building and they're building a 16-story building.
Okay.
I'm on the top floor of my apartment block, 5 stories. So the 16 stories is going to dwarf me by quite a lot, by, obviously 10 or more stories. I'm taking approximately 15,000 photos a day between every 2 seconds for about 7 or 8 hours with a GoPro. And I take the card out each night, I put it onto the NAS, and then I put the card back in, and the next morning rinse and repeat. I want to set up a Raspberry Pi to take photographs at a predetermined interval, whether it's cron or whether it's some other thing, because there are demons that you can take photos with directly, but it can also throw it straight to the NAS or Dropbox. So I'm investigating that at the moment, because if I can configure it via software, it's tedious just making sure I'm up and around, plugging the right cards in and starting it up.
And the GoPro is going to die before they finish building the building.
Yeah, and given that it was almost 30 degrees today, direct sun, boy, does it get hot. Yeah, I mean, like,
and it is black or silver?
Silver.
Is it black?
No, silver.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a white PLA fascia to put just over the top, but leaving finger for the power on button, because it's in a corner of a window so that it's got a wide angle of the building there. So I never move it. I just get my hand around and press the button, and anyway. So that's a project that one day I'll never complete.
They have to finish building the thing first.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, they're digging a hole in the ground at the moment.
Oh, the famous digging hole before building the building.
Correct.
That's nice. If they don't dig the hole, then the building gets tipsy.
Yes. Well,
like falling down.
Our building is tipsy at the moment. When they do enough construction, the building moves. It's terrifying. Oh, it's not really terrifying.
I lived in near here in an old house, renting a room in an apartment when I was a student, and I was in the ground floor. And the year after I moved, I was there like for 2 years, and the year after I moved, they started construction. It was in a bit of a hill, and they started construction below the building. They built 2 huge buildings, and they carved the mountain that was below the building.
Yes.
And 2 huge chunks of the building did like.
Oh.
Like if this is the building, and my room was here, this entire part of the house and this entire part of the house did separate like maybe half a meter from the building.
Wow.
Moved down.
Okay.
Even when the neighbors expressed their concern about that not being safe, the engineers assured them that it was going to be fine. And then I went visiting the building after it broke, and they had like pieces of steel in the 2 halves of the building with gauges that measured how much was it separating by the day.
By the day.
The same engineers. Yes, they went every day to measure it, to see if it was stopping or going worse or getting worse.
That's when you need zip ties.
And it didn't fall down because the main structure of the building was made of wood.
So it flexed.
So the elasticity of the wood allowed the building to break down only in the exterior walls, but the main structure remained attached to the core of the building.
Wow. Terrifying.
So, engineering 101.
Yeah, don't
foundation.
Don't drop buildings unless you intend to do it.
And the thing is that should I go?
Yes, go, please.
The entire city, San Sebastian, where I live, has been mostly constructed on the sea. They have put sand and put buildings on top of it. So, like in Venice, you have to, when you are near the sea and you want to make a building, you have to pound large pillars on the ground with very big machines that get to the bedrock. So they have huge machines that keep like pounding very big blocks of very big pillars of concrete until they get to the bottom of the bedrock.
Well, they're going to do that next door. They're going to do not bedrock necessarily, but well, I can't move.
It can be done by 2 means. You can do it by reaching the bedrock or by having enough length in contact with the ground that sheer friction keeps it in place.
Yeah. Yep.
You should move your office right now.
I can't. It's
have they started doing that now?
No. But they've done the demolition of the first, and they've destroyed giant concrete blocks, and so we had this conversation. The jackhammer on the end of the digger.
Yeah, but the jackhammer is only loud.
Yeah.
But the pounding on the floor is going to move you on your chair.
I know.
You are going to
I've got 3 27-inch monitors here, and they do this. they go like this because they're on monitor arms. Absolutely.
You should put a stabilizer in the floor that goes up and down with the movement, so you can sit on top with all your computers, something like that.
Yeah, that seems a bit extreme. Like when we bought the place, we knew that the land had already been sold next door. But what do you do? It's progress. That's all right.
Well, so
anyway, there's our construction chat. Where were we? We were talking about your print. There was a couple of things.
Yeah,
your big glob of bloody thing, and then we talked about your 1mm. Did you actually do anything further?
No, I did. I needed to print parts for the tank, for the mini tank.
Yes.
And I did immediately took it out of the printer and put a new one and keep printing.
Oh, I understand.
And the printers have been non-stop now, like for the last 10 days maybe, non-stop, day and night.
Okay.
I match the amount of time the prints are going to take based on how long it's going to take for me to come back to the workshop. So if I know that I'm going to leave today at 6 and I'm going to be back tomorrow at 4, I try to plan my printers for 20 hours. I start adding parts so they take 20 hours. So I can come back, remove the parts and put new ones.
But how accurate is your timings? I've never found a slicer that is accurate.
I apply a plus 30% time increase.
I use 1.35 myself. Okay, there you go. Very good. That's good. All right, so we have an equivalent.
I'm with that plus 30% for the time when I arrive. So more or less it happens when I'm here and I have time to switch them.
Okay, well that's good. I didn't realize, but my chat window was not in correct position, so I've missed pretty much all the chat. But Brian Vines is here or back. Thierry is here.
Yay! We can start now.
Yeah,
we were just chatting.
Yeah, we were just filling. We were padding.
Yes.
I hope Thierry's operation healing has gone well with his hernia. Who else is here? Oh, Ian is here. IR Blinks. And we have Graphit is here. Man,
yay!
We're getting a following.
Squirrel.
Holy shit. Yes, Squirrel. Moved to a new house. Yes, thanks, Teresa. You know how fun that is, having recently moved. Well, you moved in February.
How many times have you moved in your life?
In my life?
Yes.
Less than 10.
Okay. I'm counting now 11.
Yeah, okay. I'm such a homebody.
I'm moving student.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
I am a homebody. I like to stay at home. I don't like change too much. I lived at home till I was 21. So there's my first 21 years.
I left home when I was 20.
Okay.
I think 20, yeah.
So, but my parents never moved. So same house for 21 years.
Mine's moved when I left home.
Oh, okay. So you had the same house also.
Yeah, but I never wanted to live where I was living. I like change. Oh. In that regard, I like change.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Maya
says
he just moved 2 times.
How old are you? How old are you, Maya? Let's wait for the 10 seconds. We need like an intro for the 10-second delay waiting.
Yeah.
Like
Maya's 31.
You are still young. If you move one time every year until you get my age, you will have moved the same times as me. Did I say that was that coherent?
I wasn't listening to you, to be honest. I was reading the chat.
Because my English cannot keep up with my
Spanish brain.
My will to speak,
yes.
to say things. Yeah. I want to say things really fast, but my English is not up to the task.
What you're making has moved. One more. He's 42 and he's bought 2, so he's moved twice.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
My wife's lived in about 20-something homes. Her father was an engineer. Guess what he did for a job? You will.
Foundations.
Pile driving. That was his job.
Oh.
and the big corkscrew for pouring concrete.
Yeah.
So hopefully they pour concrete and not hammer it in. Because that's another way of doing it. If you dig a circular hole.
That the digging of and pouring concrete, they do that here only when they want to remove like half of a hill.
Okay.
If they want to move if they have like this and they want to move this further in, what they do is in this part in here they dig holes pour concrete to keep the ground in place, and then remove the rest of the hill.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough.
Very cheap too.
Ian IR Blinks, he can't figure out how many addresses he's had. His brain won't let him figure it out. You know why?
Okay.
You know why his brain won't figure it out? Because he's got 2 toddlers, and his brain is mush.
Oh.
Okay, Ian, are they twins? I don't even know. Because
no.
I don't
no
know.
Way.
I
That's
don't know.
Impossible.
But I saw the fry pan that he printed, which was very, very crafty.
Sorry, I'm dying here.
Yeah, that's right. I've got twins, brother and sister, 2 years younger than I am. Teresa, she's got an 8-year-old and 2 12-year-old cats. Teresa's cats, as kittens, were adorable. The 2 boy cats, and they used to sleep together.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. What's news? Tell me. Tell me about your mini tank.
My mini tank. Well, my mini tank. My mini tank is giving me more headaches than I expected. The thing is that it seems I could say that I have no idea about tanks.
Oh, okay.
So as a starting point, that's a pretty bad weakness to have when you want to make tanks. You know, if I wanted to make tanks and I didn't know how to bake cupcakes, that will be fine. There is no collision in there, right? But the thing is that when you want to make tanks, you have to think about sprockets and link clearance and dirt and rocks getting inside, material resistance, torque transmission, coupling. And I thought I knew something about those things, but it seems that I don't. So I decided to do the mini tank because I wanted to improve the big tank, but it seems that the big tank already works better than the mini tank. But I think I have figured out, because now lots of people in the comments say the same thing over and over. You should look up how a tank is made. You should look up this kind of tracks, this kind of suspension, this Russian tank that works really well. But that's no fun, that's copying, that's cloning. I don't do that.
No.
I don't want to learn how things are done and not doing them. I want to fail and learn how. So I'm now in the process, I think, that I have given enough thought at all the things that went wrong with the tank. And I think now I'm going to be able to remember that I'm from the future. I know how I have to do it for it to work.
Okay, so the biggest thing in the comments that I saw, which is when your zip ties broke and you were clever enough to go and find some driftwood, and that was wonderful. And then I showed my wife and I said, he's jamming these sticks in because he's really clever, except he's bowing the frame and it's not, the lid's not going to fit on, and which of course you rectified really quickly by getting rid of the little bit that would have poked in the holes. What I liked most was the comment saying, you have shoelaces.
Shoelaces. You know how stupid I felt when I read, because I was like at 10:20, that's or 10:15. There is when you upload the video, maybe the people that don't upload videos don't know how for the one that uploads it is, but if your video goes live at 10 p.m., which is my case, you start watching the statistics and the views start rising, and then there is the first 20 to 15 minutes. There are the comments of the people that haven't seen the video yet.
Oh, okay.
But as I upload my videos 1 week early to Patreon, or give or take 1 week early, I have finished editing the video 1 week earlier. And now I'm in the probably finishing stages of another video.
Yes.
So I usually now have forgotten what was on the video.
Yeah, because you've
So,
squirreled on to the next thing.
yes, but the thing is that in that video I say to everyone, in the middle of the video, stop what you are doing and go and comment now if you think it is going to work. And my fellow viewers did exactly that. So at 10:10, more or less, at 10 minutes from the upload of the video, I started receiving comments like, it's going to work. Or, and I thought, they are trying to cheer me up because they have seen the entire video. and I was replying, yes, of course. And once, like at 11:30, like 1 hour and a half after like 6,000 views, I remember that I asked everyone to comment until the middle of the video.
Yeah.
But by then I had already replied to like 100 comments like, yes, it's going to be great. And they are commenting in the middle of the video, waiting for the thing to work, which it did.
You should have put asterisk on the end. Yes, it's going to be awesome. It'll work. Asterisk.
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 Yes, yeah, I did. But the shoelaces part was epic. How did
but
me and I went with two of my friends, and none of them
thought of it either. Now, tell me, how far did you drive? You don't have to say where, but how long was your journey?
Oh, I can say where.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was like 1 hour by car, like 100 kilometers, give or take.
To do, how long were you actually on the beach?
For the entire test, maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It wouldn't have been long.
But it was like maybe 10 minutes for the test, the thing with the sticks and everything. And the rest of the time was going from the parking lot to the place where we did the test and back.
Right. Okay. So on the beach itself was not long at all.
No, my friends didn't think that I was going to have the balls to upload that video.
Oh, really? No, that's
Yes,
half the fun.
Yes, and people got disappointed because I think they are not long-time viewers of my channel, that were disappointed because it didn't work and I did upload such a shitty video because it didn't work. But that's half of the thing. People, when people watch this other channels on YouTube, they see the perfection. If you watch like how is the name of this channel? Where the King of Random.
King of Random, yeah.
They start a video and they end up with a successful experiment, always. I've been seeing lots of their videos, and that I'm guessing that they start lots of experiments that don't work.
Of course.
And or they don't show that, or they keep going until there is something to be shown, and just show half the video with the part it didn't work.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't work.
Oh,
that's it.
Totally. Now, is that why you ran the poll on? Oh, I'll let you concentrate. The other big hit, apart from the comments about your shoelaces, was your Hoff Baywatch running down the beach, which was very, very funny.
Thank you. Yeah. I had a bit of fun with the editing because there was not much to be edited on the video. So I had all the time that I could not invest in making or showing, I had to do it with the editing. Because the thing is that in the moment when I finished the video, when we were going back in the car back to the workshop, I was talking with my friends and I was saying to them, okay, it hasn't worked for this, and this. So I need to redesign and reprint everything. And there is no way that that's going to happen before Friday.
Oh no!
It was. I think I did have extra time because I did record that the Friday 1 week early, 1 week before I had to upload it to Patreon. But still, there is not. I can tell you that there is not enough time in an entire week to print in 4 printers at once, full time, all the parts that the mini tank has. you can count the hours.
Oh, I totally understand.
So the thing is that I had to do the design, in the 3D design, so there is a lot of steps in the process. So I decided that I was going to leave it like that and keep going, so I had something to show in the next video, not in that video, but in the next in the next video. That has a lot to do with the video that Angus has posted, I think yesterday, or when did Angus?
I haven't seen it. I've been flat chat.
No spoilers, no spoilers.
Yeah, sorry. No, it's okay. You can mention it.
But the thing is, one of the things that he says in the video is, when you are a maker YouTuber, you don't talk in your videos about what's going on in your life. You make stuff which is a very long and time-consuming process, and you do everything by yourself. So if you have the idea, you do the 3D modeling, you do the build, you do the test, you do the video editing, uploading, and that takes a lot of time. So if you set yourself to post weekly, sometimes there is that trade-off in which you have to lower the level of your projects if you want to keep uploading weekly.
Yes.
Or you just did what I did. You do the experiment, it doesn't work, you stop there, don't invest more time on that week's video because that was what you had planned, and keep going so you can still have a certain level of complexity and on the projects.
Yeah. So then on Twitter, after that, you asked a question about, do you want to see build videos or do you want to see the test once the thing has been built? You didn't have an option that says, no, we want both, but the comments certainly said we want both. If I read it correctly. Yeah,
but did you see Naomi Wu's reply?
Yeah, I did, and she talked about views, particularly for her, and your response was, some common sense from Twitter or from a YouTuber.
No, more like some YouTube insight, like someone that has been in the same position as me, not as a viewer, but as a content producer.
Correct.
Like knowing what works and what doesn't work regarding the things like bring views and subscribers to your channel, just so it can be sustainable.
Yep.
Because there is like this comment in every single video that says, you should show your 3D design process. And I think I've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
If I were to show you how I do the 3D design of my projects, I would lose like 20,000 subscribers per video.
Yeah.
That's watching someone drawing do 3D design. It's extremely boring.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you're going through the process, undo, delete, start again, a lot.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh, roll back the history line.
Yeah.
Delete everything, start again, delete, start again.
Correct.
And sometimes I don't even because you should, like if you are playing Fortnite and you are doing it live on YouTube, you can start saying, I'm going to go for this side to try and kill that guy without being seen or whatever. I have never seen one of those videos, but I'm guessing that that's what they are doing. But if you are doing 3D design, sometimes I start modeling without having a clear idea of what I'm trying to do, because I just want to see the volumes, like how big is this? And then I extrude a box and start putting wheels that are not going to be the definitive wheels. I will go back again. And the mini tank maybe has already, I can say, 200 hours, 300 hours of 3D design.
Right. Okay.
How on earth do you edit that?
You time lapse it, and you do, and you played at 20 times speed, and you've satisfied one person's curiosity.
Yes, yes, and you see a blur of.
Correct.
And
exactly.
And not even I would have be able to do a voiceover, because it will be why was I trying to do that? Because I already know that because I'm from the future. I'm from the future all the time. So yes, that's the thing is that if I were to only show the tests, it would be much easier and faster for me, because recording recording, editing, and preparing a build video takes a lot more effort than doing a test video.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think it will be appealing to much more people than a build video.
Yes.
The thing is that the video where I test the sand drawing robot, which was a hit.
Yeah, big hit.
That video took me one morning recording it, like one morning, I'm saying 2 hours, and editing it took me one afternoon.
Yes.
But I had to do 3 build videos that were, 2 of them were pretty boring, because wiring, as you may know, is super boring.
Yeah.
And programming is something that cannot be shown in a YouTube video.
No, that's terrible.
So there is that part where I have already redesigned and rebuilt the mini tank like 3 times, and you have already seen that. You are just going to see me do it again.
They're the same thing, yeah, same but different.
Yes, and I think it will be better if I just do offline, off camera, the entire build, and once it is finished, I just explain what I did, which is new, why I did it, and show the improvements that it has, instead of showing you the entire process of the building. Like putting screws, drilling. But I can see the appealing of that.
Yeah, hammering.
Hammering.
We love hammering.
Yes.
Something just caught my eye in the chat. Thierry said, "Oh my God, Ivan, I just realized how bright it is in your building. Very nice."
That's the magic of the podcast, because JT just did some cheating in there.
Yeah.
Can you JT do it live?
Yeah, totally. Like I did you as the Hulk the other day.
Yes.
That one there.
JT is going to show you how it is in reality, because he didn't have to cheat, because I'm in a dark corner of the workshop. The window that is bright is just there, and it lights up the wall in my back. So I'm against the light, so I'm really dark.
Let me just look at some values here. 1.27.28. I don't know if this is actually going to work live. Oh yeah, it's live.
Yes.
All right, so this is what I began with. 1.27.28.
Put zero in all the boxes.
This is what I began with.
Yes.
Right.
I'm here.
Yes. 1.27. 1.27. 0.28.
Live color correction.
Yeah. I did a bit of hue shift too. Oh look, you're sunburnt, mate.
Yes. Sunscreen. This is
0. Gamma close. That's actually worse. Oh, hang on, that's why. 1.27. There we go. Boop. So that's what we did earlier, to make Ivan look, as good as we could,
but
given the source material.
So about the poll that I ran on Twitter.
Yes, how did it go?
I got like almost 400 responses. I didn't expect that.
Okay.
But people that never interacts with me on Twitter did answer the poll.
Okay. And what was the result?
So it's 75 wanted to see the build, 25% would have preferred the test.
Oh, well, there is your answer. But can you rely on that 75% to watch your videos? Just because they say something in a poll doesn't mean anything.
Oh, I know that the thing is that my audience has grown watching me build the projects.
Of course.
So I was hoping it would have been more solid if I had like 5 to 95.
Yeah.
But from having already at 25% of the people that already watches my videos or follows me thinking that they would prefer to watch the tests. From an audience that has grown watching me do the builds, that means for me that there is a large part of the people that watches my videos that wants, that enjoys more, or yes, that enjoys more the tests than the builds, or could not watch the build without watching the test.
Yeah, I'm in the camp of I need to see both. I don't want to see the build and not know the result. I don't want to see the pretty video without knowing how you got there, because half of the fun is watching you being you.
But will it be enough if I show before starting the test the project and explain what I did to change it, to improve it, show the parts that I added or changed and why I did that?
Yes.
Because that's lacking on my videos now.
That would work.
Because now I do the build, and as I'm doing the build, I forget to mention why on earth did I decided to reprint everything. And that's something I have now in a paper noted, all the changes that I've done from Mark II to Mark III.
Yeah. Because
I need to say, because I think that's lacking, that people watches the video and says, okay, that idiot has changed everything, and still I don't know why.
No, that's fair enough.
Because
that's a good point.
You can do it once, but 3 times, I need some context.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm still going to show the build, but I will try to add that explanation plus test maybe in the second video. I'm not sure, but I think I think it will be more useful, the explanation, that the sheer raw build of the project.
No, that's fair enough.
And that might annoy all my subscribers. Who knows?
Yeah. Who was saying what? Spike saying both. Jeff Slater saying both.
Yeah, but I get the both. But the reason that there was only 2 choices on the poll has something to do with that I need to know the weight of one of each parts, because as Naomi said, it's good to show a little bit of the build at the beginning, but the majority of the video has to be the test.
Yeah.
And I think that for a broader audience, which is not really focused on the sheer technical stuff, it's going to be more enjoyable. And it's not that my projects are technically excelling, that they are the epitome of engineering. I do some really shitty stuff that doesn't work. So it's not that I'm going to be followed by the School of Engineers of Harvard or something like that. So there is not much to be properly learned from that.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I had a problem through the week, and this problem has been annoying me for a while. Let me show you what I've got here. This is, and I tweeted out, and this affects Teresa and potentially Brian Vines. So this is my Cocoon Create bed. I have 3 of these printers. It's a 1HAL i3 or Duplicator i3 clone, which is the same as the Monoprice Select printer. This is the one with the LCD screen. Alright, so if you see down here, I can't see, let's see, can I draw a little box here? Yes, I can. Boop. This is going to be interesting. No, that doesn't work. There are 2 plates there. I've actually had to get 2 aluminium plates and sandwich them together to try and get some rigidity with this particular printer. As you can see, it's got Ultra Base on the top. Okay, so I've yanked the BuildTech equivalent, or the Cocoon version of it, off. I've put Ultra Base on, and for love nor money could I get this thing to go. I ordered springs. I ordered other springs. I made end caps for my springs to try and lengthen the springs. So I 3D modeled and printed little end caps, right? So the spring on the lower half was the bought one, whereas the top one's the original with some padding. That's, you can probably see it there. The bottom aluminium plates are bending. They're actually bending here. So there is the problem exists that this corner and the diagonally opposite corner compress the springs completely, and the opposing corners, the thumb screws fall off. They're so loose. The glass is level, the aluminium plate is level. It's a really bad batch of Y carriage aluminium, and it's a known problem. Oh, lost you. No audio.
Make a new one.
Make a new one.
A new plate, a new lower plate.
Yeah, I bought.
Buy some
I
4mm
one.
aluminium and drill some holes.
I bought one for $20.
Oh, you can buy a new one.
Yeah, you can buy. It's such a problem. They make them.
They should give them away for free.
Yeah, well, yeah, the manufacturer should, but yeah, so mine's coming from China, no doubt. James is off. See you, Sonic Alchemy. What's Brian saying? Do you need all you mini Y carriage? Is this a brand, Brian? Is it a composite plate? Yeah, Teresa got one for $45. The problem, Wellbot, with rotating at 90 degrees is that all the drill holes for the bushing holders would not exist, and all the wiring loom and the belt holders, etc., etc., etc.
But you can use this one as a template.
Oh my God, aluminium! Jesus Christ! Thank you, thanks, Brian. I was reading and not reading. Yes,
aluminium.
Yes, aluminum.
Potato.
Yes.
Who cares?
Dear, oh dear. I've already ordered it, Brian. I may order 2 more. I think it was 23 Canadian, which is near enough parity for us. But yeah, that should solve the problem. Then I've got to do Y braces. I had a production job. I had to do 61-hour prints. So Teresa was giving me a hard time last week about when was the last time I used my printer, and I said, oh, a fortnight. And then I had essentially 2 printers that I couldn't rely on to do these prints, and I got completely sidetracked while the other one was printing 3 up. So I had 4 days to do 60 hours of prints. One printer, but of course I wanted to do it across 3 printers. Anyway, the job got done. So
okay.
Well, it wasn't the end of the world, but this is a problem, and it's a problem for many people apparently. Yes, Brian's also saying that when you install it, you can do 3-point leveling instead of 4-point leveling. Have seen videos of such things. To do the back edge, yes, that is exactly where I was going to level. So keeping the 2 front edges and pivot on the back center. So because 3 points makes a plane. And
yes, it does.
If there is not a hole, I will be making a hole. I have the ability to make a hole in an aluminium plate.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. It won't be a good hole, but it'll be a hole.
Today I had that discussion at work. Like, which drill bits do you use to make a hole in aluminium?
Whichever one I've got handy.
Yeah, but depending on which drill bit you use, you are going to end up with a fine hole or with a very shitty hole.
Is that
because
right?
if you use HSS cobalt drill bits, it's going to adhere like glue to the aluminium, and you are going to get a hole with lots of lobes and bores.
Ah, okay.
And if you use an HSS-R or a drill bit made especially for non-ferrous metals, not non-steel, non-iron metals, like copper or aluminium, you are going to get a very nice round fine hole.
Okay, well, my drill bits consist of, you know, a $40 set of, you know, 10 drill bits or 20 drill bits or whatever from the hardware store.
That's good because those are going to be cheap and those are better for aluminium.
Good, excellent. Countersink that, yes, although the Ultra Base is a few millimeters short. You see that front edge is actually missing by a couple of millimeters. I think the back edge is even worse. Like there's 4 or 5 millimeters easy. But yes, I will countersink. I've got countersunk 3mm, M3s as well. Teresa's tweeted me hers. Thank you.
I have ultra base on all of my printers now.
Yes, I know. And how is your experience with PETG on them?
Apart from that CR10 mini issue that I don't know where it's coming from, it's awesome. I have to do absolutely nothing. I just insert an USB card, swap filaments, and print.
Okay.
So the thing is that going back to PLA is the issue. If I go back to PLA, no matter what I do, I have to change the nozzle.
Okay.
Even if I clean it really well, I have to swap nozzles.
There was obviously healthy debate on Twitter about your issue where, and I think Filament Frenzy said you've got underlying issues. If you're replacing a complete hot end every 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it was.
Yeah, but that goop that appeared in my hot end has to come from somewhere.
Oh, totally. And, and this is why
I don't know if it's I will try the cap tube.
That's why you try the cap tubes, exactly.
And see if that's the issue.
Yep.
If the tube is melting inside of.
Oh, absolutely. Completely unrelated, just bogus, nothing really to talk about, but given that we're at our hour threshold, you know how a lot of Apple products have a glowing apple, laptop, you know, even the iPhone has a nice glowing apple. Well, this is what happened the other day. This is what happened for me the other day. Literally, that's the sun. That's my shoulder.
Glowing through, yeah.
That's my shoulder there. There's a shadow over my shoulder. It's over my shoulder, through the blinds, onto my iMac. I'm going, oh, I'm recording this. Here's my own glowing apple on an iMac. Although I have seen someone actually do a glowing apple on an iMac.
But you know that if you are using your Mac against the sun and the sun hits in the back of the screen, you are going to see the apple through the screen. So you cannot use a Mac with a glowing apple against the sun.
Yes, because it's translucent and
yes.
And yeah, no, totally get it. Blazing apples.
But I don't think they don't do that anymore. I think the new Mac Pros don't have the translucent apple in the back.
No, it's just a white one. I think it's just white.
That's just I think it's shiny. It's like polished in the aluminium. I think.
Oh, is that what it is?
Or something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
No, mine's still a 2012. Does the job.
Mine is at 2014 and it still does the job.
Yeah, exactly. Cult of Apple. Yeah. Look, you know, they make good products. They're as a company, they're starting to suck a bit. I've been using Apple since, well, for work since October '87. So 31 years.
I would love to be able to use their operative system in any other hardware.
Hackintosh, I'm so close. I cannot tell you, but then you need the reliability. This is the only reason I don't do it.
No. The reliability of the hardware of a Mac is pretty appalling. My Mac Mini at home, Wi-Fi doesn't work.
Yes.
I have to have an external dongle.
Yes.
Because Wi-Fi doesn't work. So, and in this one in here, the battery, when it drops below 30%, fingers crossed, it can switch off in any moment.
Yeah.
So I will not buy that. I never had issues with my PCs because the hardware failed. I had issues because Windows, no matter which version, is rubbish.
Okay, so back to Hackintosh. There's your answer.
Yes. Yes, I think I should.
Snazzy Labs at SnazzyQ on the Twitter, and Peter Paul Chatto. I'll send you the links. I'm super close to.
But I don't want to, because the thing with Mac, I don't want to be fiddling. If I install it once and it works forever, right? But if I have to do some kind of bots every time I need to do an update or something like that, then that's not good.
And that was probably more the angle of reliability I was talking about. I should have said seamless integration between the hardware and software.
And I will gladly pay for the software license.
Yeah, well, you can't.
But they won't let you.
Of course not. Yes, Teresa, 1987, legit. That's when I started working on Macs. I was manager.
Meyer says that Linux is the answer. Linux is not the answer for anything.
Do they make Creative Cloud for Linux now? So I can have
no way.
photo. That was my point. That was the slapdown of slapdowns.
If you say Fusion 360,
yeah,
Adobe CC, and I don't need anything else. If those things work on Linux out of the box, I'm switching.
Oh, totally.
Now, I switch now.
Yeah.
But the thing is that every time I try to use Linux, I ended up watching Wine to use Windows apps, or trying to use Blender for 3D modeling, which is really not possible. So, no way, no. I'm waiting for the replies.
Yeah, Teresa, they don't have USBs on Macs these days. Well, actually, I've got a 5K iMac, and it has a few, and I've also got a Thunderbolt adapter, which has got, I don't know, four more, plus Ethernet, plus HDMI, plus another Thunderbolt, plus Firewire 800, eSATA. That's just the ones I can see.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Mac. The software works for the people that only want to use the computer.
Yeah.
To be productive. They don't want to mess around. They don't want to do some kind of weird programming. It works all the time. But they have been doing some weird choices with the hardware, like removing every single port on a portable computer.
Which is what Teresa's saying exactly.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
No, it makes no sense.
So if you can buy a Lenovo Carbon X1 and put OS X or MacOS on that one, you have the perfect computer.
Sure.
And that one is indestructible, not like this one. If you scratch the thing with anything, it gets ruined forever. And no. Too expensive for that.
MacBook Pros have 4 USBs? ? Jeff Slater. I don't know because
the new ones.
Yeah,
I don't think so. They only have 2 USB-C ports, I think.
Yeah.
No.
Maya makes, there's an open source variant for anything. Yes, but when your business relies on coding of a particular piece of software because you have 5,000 source bits of material that have to be opened in that thing, like InDesign, for example, I've got 12,000 templates that I use for my day job in InDesign. Guess what? I can't change.
But the thing is that there is not an open source alternative for everything. There is a bot that you can use for free for everything.
Right. Okay.
Which is, I don't think that's the same. Like, it's like saying, I'm spending 30,000 euros in a car, and someone can say, but you can stick to wheels in a car, and it's going to be almost free, and you can go places with that. Yes, but when you have to be a delivery guy and bring boxes one place to, you cannot be pushing a cart the entire day.
Yeah.
And using Linux is being pushing a cart every single day. You can have Inkscape, like if you were using Illustrator, for example.
Yeah.
But everything takes 10 times the effort. And if you want to use an Illustrator, an InDesign project combined with what's the video editing alternative to Premiere?
Final Cut.
Linux. No, in Linux.
Oh.
Oh.
I want to say Restore. It's not Restore. It's Wellbot. Chime in. What's the video editor you use? And oh my God, it's RE.
But it doesn't.
Resolve. I knew it was RE.
And then you go from that to editing the audio in Audition, which I don't know how it's possible. And from that you have to go to After Effects alternative, and then something breaks very badly and nothing works anymore.
And you can't debug it.
Keep pushing the car. Correct. You can debug it because you have the code.
No, sorry. It's difficult in a production environment to debug the problem to get your job out on time. Yeah, get debugging and solving. Yeah, it might be great, you know.
Yeah.
But so yeah.
Linux is always used in production environments where the company can have an entire team that deals with Linux.
Yeah. Teresa, just steal the car. Don't buy it, just steal it. That's what
people do with Windows.
Yes. Oh, no.
They steal the car.
No. On everything. Everybody used to steal everything. It's not limited to Windows.
Oh.
But
in Windows, the thing is that in Mac, you already bought the computer. You already paid for it.
Sure. Unless it's a third-party software.
Yes, I've done that. Steal the car. Yes.
Steal the car. Would you steal a car? Do you have in Australia? We used to have these stupid ads about piracy. How are you going for time, by the way?
I should leave now.
Yeah, I know.
Like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
Let's finish with this. Let's finish it.
So we used to have these stupid ads at the start of the cinema, where it said, you know, would you steal a DVD? And they show a person going in the DVD shop and putting it down there. Would you steal a loaf of bread or cigarettes or whatever? Would you steal a car? Well, if I could download it, yeah, sure.
Because that's the thing. If I were to steal the car, and once I stole the car was still there.
Yes.
I might think about it.
Yes, totally.
Because that's the point with stealing software.
Correct.
I'm not saying that the people that made the software are losing money, but you are not creating lack of anything.
Yeah, exactly. Or lack of revenue would be the only thing.
Yeah, if I go to pick my car in the morning and it's not my car because someone stole my car, but something identical to my car is there, I won't notice that it happened.
Yeah, and maybe the ashtray is clean and the windscreen wipers are clean and the water has been filled up. And I don't smoke, by the way, but it was just a thought.
No, me neither. I think it's.
I would download open source car, Brian. You wouldn't download a car. I'd download the plans. Anyway, what would I do with them? I'd make a mini tank. That's what I'd do.
Yes.
Mini tank. All right, guys and girls, thank you very much. Time for Ivan to go. It's only 1:45 a.m. here. So what is it there? 4:45?
Yes.
4:45 p.m. PM.
Let's wait for the time change, for the time zone change, for the daylight savings time change again.
When yours finishes, it'll be 1 hour more for me than it is for you. So you're 2 hours better off. So when does it change? Next week?
I have no idea. I will tell you when it happens.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 weeks from now.
Can you tell me beforehand so I can, sleep for the week beforehand?
No. I will surprise you.
Oh, thank you. So when I tweet out that it's starting in 2 hours or whatever, or 3 hours,
then I will let you know.
And you'll say no, it's in 3 hours. Yes. So I get to start at midnight midnight instead of 10:30 when we started this little venture. That's all right.
Planning.
Whatever. It's all good. guys and gals, thank you. We shall see you next week, hopefully. Thank you for sticking around. We've had a lot of people in today, which is good.
Right.
Yeah. Let me do the outro somewhere here. End stream, somewhere there. Let me go muting. Goodbye, all.
Bye bye.